Major, this is Snake. Alright guys, that's enough of that. James from Junkyard Fox here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. As promised, after all these years, a catch and cook rattlesnake video. This mean guy right here is gonna be our breakfast. And he's a good size too, check this out. Over 3 feet long, 9 rattles on his tail. And we are very grateful, by the way. It's never an easy thing to take a life. But we're gonna be eating good today. Now, not only did I want to give you guys a catch and cook, but I consider this video to be something of the spiritual season finale to our summer adventures here at Junkyard Fox. And I wanted to top it off by paying tribute to one of my heroes and one of Cuervo's heroes, Naked Snake, better known as Big Boss in the Metal Gear Solid franchise. Great stories, great franchise if you've never played them. Now, when we were younger, back in 2004, when we were just kids, Cuervo and I played Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, that's what it was called. And you play the role of this agent that I'm dressed as during the Soviet Union. He's an American agent in there, taking care of some business. And he had to sustain himself by doing a lot of foraging, hunting, all that stuff. And it really sparked the imagination of little Cuervo and me in terms of creativity, of story, as well as this interest for hunting and gathering. So we are paying tribute to Big Boss, and of course, once again, we're gonna be eating good. So thank you for joining us. Let's get started. Now, processing a snake is actually fairly simple. They don't have arms and legs and all that stuff, so it's pretty simple. However, this right here is a rattlesnake. You want to be careful. This is a venomous animal. Even after death, this thing can still bite out of just nerves, and it can hurt you. So if you have children, curious pets, any of that, you want to get rid of that head quickly and probably bury it just to make sure nothing gets in the way of it and runs across it and is injured. So I'm going to get my survival knife and decapitate this guy to get rid of that problem. Okay, so now we're going to start cutting down the belly all the way down to its vent. And we're going to try to preserve this skin as well, make something beautiful out of it. Okay, so we cut it all the way down to the vent. And now we're going to go back up to the throat, and we're going to start ripping out all the guts from in here. Now, the easy part about a snake is it's not too complicated. It's one long animal. So it's fairly simplistic. Let me just make sure I'm getting everything. I will admit, guys, it is pretty difficult to do this wearing an eye patch. So, yeah, a little funny there, but we'll make do. But check that out. That's interesting. I have some poor rocks in here. Okay, so look at that. Clean from all the guts, and we're almost done with the guts. Let's finish what we were doing and just pulling them out. Look at that. Fairly straightforward. Now sometimes at the bottom, it doesn't want to cut. So I'm just going to get my knife and take care of that. And there we go. These are the guts. We don't want to eat these, of course. So some lucky scavenger is going to be eating good tonight. So as you can see, all the guts are gone. So now time to skin the snake. Once again, we're up here around the neck area. It's a little stubborn up here, but once you get going, look at that. I'm going to go slow because I don't want to risk damaging the beautiful skin. Oh. Now here, unfortunately, this is where I shot him. So, unfortunately, that's just part of it. I'm hoping to still preserve some of this for hat bands for Cuervo, or so he can make some leather trinkets or something. You know, you want to use as much as the animal as possible. Nope, it ripped right here. So, I mean, back here, there's very little meat anyway. So, unfortunately, it tore. Look at that. Beautiful creature. And hopefully, you'll see this in the future somehow. Some project that we can work on. And of course, we're going to be saving also the rattle. I'm sure Cuervo can make that into some kind of musical instrument or, you know, something for his vest. But, yeah. We are very grateful to this beautiful creature. Now I'm going to roll up the snake skin in a stick. Just be careful. And I'm just going to put it in my freezer for now when we get home. Probably give it to Cuervo so he can salt and preserve it and see what he comes up with. But yeah, that's how you do it. Just roll it up in a stick or something like that. Try to make sure that there's no tangles in the skin. Nothing's rolling up too much. Yeah, this was a good sized a good sized rattlesnake. There you go. And we're gonna be cutting that so we can keep that as well. So we have the skin rolled up, and I batoned to get the rattle. Look at that. What a beautiful animal. I definitely don't want to make it a habit to be eating snakes all the time. It is an animal I greatly respect. And unfortunately, because of its reputation, a lot of people are quick to shoot it or kill it. A lot of people run them over on purpose, you know, on the highways. And that's pretty messed up. So we respect this animal. I'm going to give these to my brother Cuervo, who's recording, and see what magic he comes up with them. So hopefully you'll see these in the future. Now, normally you want to wait until you have a nice hot bed of coals to do your cooking. Unfortunately, we are racing the sunlight, so I'm going to put the snake high up here so it's not burning, but it's already starting to get nice and warm with the fire. I am going to add some spices because I like to enjoy my food. So I got some blackening, fairly simplistic. And please bear with me because I'm wearing an eye patch and I cannot see a damn thing. But yeah, I'm gonna pour some spices on here. Okay, folks, so we let this bad boy cook for almost about an hour. Now, as with all wild game, guys, don't take chances. Make sure that it's fully cooked. Make sure that any illnesses or parasites, all that stuff is taken care of before you consume it. So yeah, we gotta get a hurry on. Sunlight is coming and it is killing our illusion. So let's take a taste test. Now, just be careful with all these little bones, just like a fish. You don't want to get these lodged in your throat. This side, because it's nice and crispy, tastes like pork rinds, like beef jerky. You know, it's just fully dried out, very thin. You know, so basically we made Rattler jerky right here. Look at that. And there's some meat back here. So yeah, all this is pretty much jerky. Now, I've cooked snake before in different methods, and I might have overcooked this one because there's been other times where it's not as dry and it tastes like fish. Now, here are two things about snake that might burst the bubble, the illusion of how fun it is to hunt a rattlesnake. One, it's a dangerous animal that can easily turn the tables on you or your buddy, anybody, your dog. And two, they don't provide a lot of sustenance, realistically. They really don't. I mean, this is, I would much prefer to take a cottontail, even a pack rat, a couple pack rats, maybe some quail. I feel like they would provide me more sustenance than this thing. But you know, it's for the adventure of it all. But yeah, it's fishy. It's some like gummy meat for the most part, and of course, because it's such a thin layer, we basically just made jerky. I mean, check that out. And of course, the blackening really helps it out. It's something of a bland meat. Yeah. Make sure you chew the bones. It's pretty decent. Pretty good. Just be careful. It's an animal that not to be taken lightly. Pretty tasty. Now, rattlesnake is an animal that we've been wanting to make a catch and cook for a long time. I'm going on about 4 years, and for one reason or another, we just didn't have time to do it. We were busy with other projects, but it's finally here. Now, it is a fun concept. It's interesting. Everybody wants to know what a snake is going to taste like. However, realistically, guys, I do got to say, be careful. This is an animal that can easily hurt you or your dog, so just be very careful. Even after you killed it, those fangs can still bite out of just nerve impulses, so just be careful. It also doesn't feed you that much. Really, it doesn't have any legs. It doesn't, anything like that. It doesn't have a lot of fat, so just be careful, like I said. But that's about it. Cuervo and I are going to enjoy the rest of this, and then I'm going to take the rest home, and I'm going to improvise and try to make a stew out of it. Maybe some green chili rattlesnake stew. We'll see how that happens. And that's about it, guys. We're done here. So thank you for joining us on this adventure, guys. I hope you liked it. Please consider joining our Patreon if you like videos like this, because YouTube hates us when we do stuff like this, and they don't like it, and they demonetize us all the time. So if you like catch and cooks or adventures where we get to be a little bit more creative, the links down below to support the channel, like Patreon, Cuervo Negro's music, our Amazon store, all that stuff are down below. So that's about it. If you liked it, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below, by the way, what are your favorite snake recipes for you that have eaten them? And that's about it for us, guys. So thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys next week. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.